So today we'll take up with the second part of second chapter, types of accounts. Give the heading in your notebooks, types of accounts. No, don't give the heading. There is a reason, don't give the heading. First you'll understand it thoroughly. Then I'll give you time to write it later on. Okay, now listen carefully. Did I not give you any homework yesterday? No. See that to remind me by the end of the period? No. Okay, then double homework next week. No. So better remind me so that the homework goes in order only. One day it would remain idle and second day you will get the backlog of double homework. So it's better you remind me. Now, second part of the chapter, which is types of accounts. Put your pens down, keep your notebooks closed. No one should be writing it. Completely and thoroughly understand it first, because after this we are going to do the mixed portion. Like up till now we have done transactions, two effects. Now we'll merge it along with types of accounts and we'll see the combined illustrations. So, which are the various types of accounts and how to identify them, understand it. Mainly there are three types of accounts. Personal, and impersonal. And impersonal is again of two types, real and nominal. Have patience. You know everything real ma shushu aave chhe. Just be attentive. Types of accounts, there are mainly three types of accounts: personal, real and nominal. Okay. Now personal account further includes three things. One is natural person. Second is artificial person. Third is representative person. Personal accounts include, see this, every transaction we have been writing. Cash comes in affects cash account. Owner is the giver affects capital account. Not owner account. Capital account. Goods comes in affects purchase account. So we are going to understand here. Cash account is which type of account? Purchase account is which type of account? Capital account is which type of account? All that types of accounts we are going to understand it over here. So mainly there are three types of accounts: personal, real and nominal. Personal includes natural, artificial and representative. Okay. Natural person means creation of God. That is, it includes all the human beings. Okay, it includes all the human beings. For example, Parthiv account. Silence. Path V account. Okay. Then Aaron account. Love account. Kush account. Yes, we did it. Narendra Modi account. Above all, Vijay Verma account. creation of God are included in natural persons. Is every one of you clear with this? Now, artificial includes creation of man or law. Artificial includes creation of man or law. Yes, comment. Adifa. Violet. Okay. Artificial will include creation of man or law. That is, please silence. It includes all the institutions. It will include all the institutions. For example, Shabri Vidyalaya. Okay, mothers. Teachers and all the schools. Others also. Yes, so it includes all the institutions. Okay, HDFC Bank, please silence and understand the things. Means Parthiv account is natural, but Shabri Vidyalaya account is artificial. Mother's account, mother's school account, Tejas Vidyalaya account, HDFC Bank account, these all are artificial. Reliance Industries Limited account is artificial person. Above all, IOC UL account is artificial person. Is everyone clear with this? So, natural person, artificial person. Now, what is representative? I will explain you after nominal account. Be attentive because I am going to ask you everything back to it. So be attentive. Representative I will explain you after explaining nominal account. Now real account includes two things. One is goods and second is assets. Real account includes two things. One is goods and second is assets. Goods, directly, goods means we already know the meaning. The items in which the business trades, which business regularly purchases and sells is called as goods. So normally in your examples, you will have 4 accounts of goods only, 5 accounts of goods only, not 4, 5. One will be purchase account, sales account, purchase return account, sales return account, and stock account. Stock of goods we studied when owner brings the goods into business. That is also real. So one thing what real account will include is goods. Okay. And assets we classify in 3 categories. One is fixed assets. I am not writing the meaning here because meaning of fixed assets we have already seen in the last chapter. Raise your hand, what is fixed assets? Simran? Correct. Those assets which remain fixed. What do you mean by fixed? Unchanged. Same. Those assets which remain fixed or same for a long period of time. And in accounts, what is long period? More than 1 year. So those assets which remain same, fixed for a long period of time, more than 1 year, are called fixed assets. Raise your hand. We have studied in the last chapter. Give me examples of fixed assets. Ria? Vehicles account. Raise your hand, not your voice. Then, Janvi? Land account. Love? Furniture account. Please, no discussions. Last page, what is your name? Pratna. Building account. I think these many examples are sufficient. Machinery account is there. So many more are there. But all will come in the category of fixed assets. Further, it will include, silence please, current assets. Current assets, raise your hand. What are the three characteristics of current assets we discussed in the first chapter? Three characteristics of current assets. Keep the notebook closed. Don't open and answer it to me. Okay, don't see an answer. Rushdi?
The assets which are not fixed and they keep on changing and are easily convertible into cash.
Not fixed and keep on changing means same. One more characteristic is there. Niyati?
They change the business within for only 1 year.
Correct. They remain in the business for short period of time. Three characteristics are there. First, they remain in the business for short period of time, which is less than 1 year. Second, the amount keeps on changing. And third, they can be easily converted into cash. So, two examples we had seen. One was cash balance. But we're not right here. Because whenever we solve the questions, we will include bank in artificial person. It is a current asset also. Bank balance is current asset also. But whenever we solve the questions, we will take bank account as personal account. Is everyone clear with it? So you should not get confused when you are solving the questions. So bank balance is a current asset, but we will include bank account in which type of account? Personal. There will be some accounts in between which can come in personal category also and real category also. So I'll specify which one to include in personal and which one to include in. Are you all clear with this? Then, further, investments. Third category is investments. Investments means those assets which are again for long period of time, but those assets which are made with the expectation of getting return. The return may be in the form of interest or in the form of dividend or in the form of increase in the value. Like why do you purchase shares? You get dividend also, but one more incentive is there to purchase the shares. The value increases in the stock market. Appreciation takes place. You can sell it and earn returns on that in that manner also. So all such assets which give you returns are called investments. Is everyone clear with it? So examples: shares account, debentures account, bonds account. On shares you get the return in the form of dividend. On debentures and bonds you get the return in the form of interest. Are you okay with that? Then certificate word comes wherever. Whenever you solve any question and you come across the word like National Savings Certificate, NSC, there is an investment where the money becomes double in 7 or 8 years period. Then also certificate is called in Hindi as Patra. So wherever you come across the word Patra, like Kisan Vikas Patra, Indira Vikas Patra, they are with post office, you can again keep and the money becomes 1.5 times or double in 6-7 years period. So wherever you come across the word certificate or Patra, it is an investment and you will include it in which account? Any confusions in this? So once again, real account will include two things: goods and assets. Goods, there are 5 fixed examples: purchase, sales, purchase return, sales return, stock of goods. Assets you can classify for this chapter in 3 categories. One is fixed assets, current assets, investments. Meaning of fixed and current we have seen in the last chapter. Examples again we have recollected them. Investments are those assets which are made with the intention to get return. So shares you get the return in the form of dividend. Debentures you get the return in the form of interest. Bonds you get return in the form of interest. And even in certificates and patras your amount becomes double or 1.5 times in certain period of time. Any confusion up till here? A nominal account further includes two things. One is expenses and losses. Expenses and losses. And secondly, incomes and gains. Okay, nominal account includes two things: expenses and losses, and incomes and gains. Meaning of expenses, we already know. Anything spent in the business is called expense. And without getting anything, if you lose something, it is called loss. For example, salary account. Remember one thing, for the business, salary is never an income, it is always an expense. Don't see from your parents' point of view. Business always have to pay salaries to its employees. So salary for the business is always an expense. Are you okay with this? Then commission account. Stationery account. One more thing. Whenever we purchase stationery in the business, we will always assume that it is an expense. Reason, whatever stationery you purchase in the business, we assume we are going to immediately use them. So if it remains unused, it is current asset. But if it is used up, it is your expense. So you will always classify stationery as expense. But if they give you stationery stock, then anywhere you come across the word stock, it will become real. Is everyone clear with this? Rent paid account, interest on loan account. Now one term I will explain here before writing that, and that remind me to dictate it also later on. Understand with an example. What is the term understand with an example? Suppose I sold goods of rupees 30,000 on 2 months credit to thee. I have sold goods of rupees 20,000 on 2 months credit to thee. Who is thee for me? Debtor. Customer, but we call it as debtor. In technical terms, we call it as debtor. Now 2 months credit. So let us say 2 months are about to get over. So what I do is 2 months about to get over means suppose I sold in the goods on 1st April. So 1st May, 1st June. On 1st June I have to receive the money from him. On 25th May, I start reminding him. I send him an SMS on 25th May that your money is due on 1st of June. One more message on 26th, one more message on 27th. 28th, my person from the office gives him a call that your money has become due to be paid on 1st of June. So what did we remind him on 30th of May? Whenever we call him, yes, on 1st June I'll pay. Now finally when we make a call on 1st June that your money has become due, he says, give me 5 more days. I cannot pay the money right now, please give me 5 more days. We allow that, okay, 5 more days, you take it. After 5 days again when we remind him, he doesn't pick up the call. 2-3 times we tried, so the number is blocked. Whenever we ring a engaged tone only. So we tried 5th, 6th, 2-3 days we tried. On 10th I sent my person to his home, go and recover the money. He goes to his house and finds a big lock. Inquired from his neighbors, Digvijay, Parthiv, Darshan, that there is Deep. They all said, if you find him, please let us also know. We have to take money from him. So on going to his house, we came to know that he has to pay to many people and now he is underground. So finally we left the hope that we cannot recover the money from him. Now, what was Deep for me earlier? Now can I say that he is a very bad debtor? Because he is not paying me the money. In accounts, the term used for that is bad debts account. We don't write bad debtors account. What do we write? Bad debts account. So what is the meaning of bad debts? The amount, repeat, which is irrecoverable from the debtors. Once again. Okay, so is it a loss for the business? Yes. So that will also come under which category? Understood the meaning of bad debts? Irrecoverable amount from debtors is called bad debts. Basically, the debtor is very bad. They did not pay the money, so bad debts. Now let us continue with the example further. So, forgot the over a period of time. 3-4 months are over. Suddenly I find that one morning I am having tea in my office and I find Deep entering into my office. Blood pressure up high. Deep has to pay me the money, tea, everything, I leave it aside. Try to find some equipment, anything if I can have. And as soon as he comes, yes Deep, holding his collar, come, waiting for you. And before I start uttering anything, or try to grab him, how much I had to receive from him? 20,000. He puts 22,000 on my desk. Take it. With interest, he pays it back after 3-4 months. So suddenly I was holding his collar. Come. I asked him to bring some tea and cold drink for him also. Now, this amount I earlier considered as mine, and I got it back. It is called bad debts return. What do you call that as? Bad debts return or bad debts recovered. Either you call it as bad debts return or you call it as bad debts recovered. Is that a gain for the business or not? Yes. So that will also come in nominal account when I write the examples of incomes and gains. But both the terms are clear to every one of you. What is bad debts and what is bad debts return? Anyone having any doubt with this? Yes.
Sir, commission account. It is not income.
No, from salesman point of view, it is an income. From business point of view, you will give commission to the people to sell your goods. So it is your expense. One more thing, all these can be incomes if the word received is given. If they say commission paid, it is an expense. If they say commission received, income. If they say rent paid, expense. If they say rent received, income. Interest paid, expense. Interest received, income. So further both, it can come in both the categories. It can come in expense also and it can come in income also. Any other doubts with this? You can also have losses like loss by fire account. Fire takes place in business, goods are burned by fire, it's a nominal account. Then loss by theft account. Loss on sale of assets account means old furniture, machinery, etc. When you sell it, you face loss in that. So that is also a nominal. These many examples are sufficient to understand this. All of you are clear with that? Now incomes and gains will include like commission paid is an expense, commission received. So you can write commission received in income. Anywhere you come across the word received. Just now I said, why do we make investments to get something in return? What do you get on shares? That dividend is an income. What do you get on debentures and bonds? So interest on investments is an income. Interest on investments account. Rent paid is an expense. Rent received is an income. Bad debts return is an income. And you can have gains like this is loss by fire, loss by theft, loss on sale of assets. On sale of assets you can have profit also. So profit on sale of assets. Don't write profit by fire account. Don't write profit by theft account. Okay, so that will not be there, but profit on sale of assets is possible. So did everyone of you understand this?
Yes.
Once again, there are mainly three types of accounts: personal, real and nominal. Representative is yet to be explained. In personal we include natural, artificial, representative. Natural includes creation of what all the human beings accounts comes in natural person. This is all the institutions, creation of man or law. Like these ones are created by man, but certain things are created by law. Like Reliance Industries Limited is formed by company law, Companies Act. So either it's a creation of man or it's a creation of law. Real account will include goods and assets. So goods, 5 prominent examples, and assets will include fixed assets, current assets and investments. Wherever you come across the word certificate or patra, you will take it as real account. Nominal will include expenses and losses and incomes and gains. Now representative. If any prefix or suffix, what do you mean by prefix? Before the word, suffix? So if you fix any adjective or word before the word, it is called prefix. If you fix any adjective or word after the word, it is called suffix. If any prefix or suffix is added to nominal account, then it becomes representative personal account. For example, what is salary account? Nominal. But if I write outstanding salary account, it becomes representative personal account. First of all, what is the meaning of outstanding? Outstanding doesn't mean that you don't do the homework and I make you stand up. Outstanding also doesn't mean excellent, brilliant performance. Not that also.
Outstanding means
Yes, जो बाकी है, yet to be paid. Outstanding salary. Outstanding salary means the salary which is yet to be paid. It represents the employee to whom we still have to pay the money. Therefore, we call it as representative person. It represents some person to whom we have to yet pay the money or from whom we have to yet receive the money. So, before the salary, if you add the prefix outstanding, it becomes representative personal. Now remember it this way only. Whenever any nominal account you add a prefix or suffix, it becomes representative personal account. Again, rent paid is expense nominal account. But if I say rent paid in advance, I am adding a suffix now. It represents the landlord to whom we have paid the money in advance. So it's a representative person. It represents the person landlord. So you are adding the suffix in advance. You can also write it as prepaid rent. Rent paid in advance can also be called as prepaid rent. Here prefix. Then also it's a personal account. Okay. Same way. Commission received is a nominal account. But if I write commission, pre-received commission. Pre-received means again received in advance. So I am adding a prefix to that. So that again becomes which type of account? Representative personal account. Did you understand this last category, everyone? So to a nominal account, if you add any prefix or suffix, it becomes a representative personal account. Any confusions with this? All are clear with that? Very good. Let me see. Yes. Okay, we are done. So 3 types of accounts are there. First of all, what is your name, Anjali? Isha. Which are the 3 types of accounts? And nominal. So personal, real and nominal. Prince. Personal includes which 3 types? Silence. Don't count.
natural, artificial, and
Representative. Personal includes natural, artificial and representative. Group of natural,
creation of God, that is human beings.
Creation of God, that is human beings. So we'll give examples of natural persons.
Parthiv account, love account, current account,
Living account, what it is? Personal account, correct, sir. Then, Harshita, artificial persons means?
Man-made,
Or?
law.
Or by law. Creation of man or law. It will generally include what? Silence, please. Vidhi? Institutions. Okay, sit down. So, Kirti, give me an example of institutions.
Mother's school account.
Only school. MS University account. Oh, very good, sir. Yeah. Sheetal. Representative, how will you identify? Silence. Representative personal account, how will you identify? Sohail. Please silence prefix. Isha. Sit down.
Sir, if any prefix or suffix is added to the account, it is known as a representative account.
Ruturaj Sana. Ruturaj. Rushiraj Sana. Yes.
If any prefix or suffix is added to the account, it is known
Which
as
account?
nominal account.
Yes, if any prefix or suffix is added to nominal account, it becomes representative personal account. Purush, give me examples of representative personal account. Outstanding cash. Outstanding account. What outstanding? Outstanding salary, outstanding electricity, outstanding telephone, outstanding commission, anywhere you can add the word outstanding. Then, Prince, see Prince, it's right. So don't talk in between, be attentive. Okay, keep standing. खड़े रहो. Okay. Then, Fatima. Real account are of which two types? Goods and assets. So now please don't prompt in between. Hate, goods, 5 examples.
Sales account, purchase account, sales return account, purchase return account, and stock account.
Correct. Purchase account, sales account, purchase return, sales return and stock. Rushil, repeat. Goods account, repeat. Who is this? Yes, brother. And sales return account. Sit down and be attentive, don't talk. Ayushi, assets, which 3 categories?
Fixed assets, current assets, and investments.
Investments. Dinky, give me examples of investments. Investments. Commission is not an investment. No discussion, Karan. Patra account then. Certificate accounting. 2 more examples of investments. So what is your name? Tanushree. Shares and one more is there? One more is there? Clearly? Bonds, debentures, shares, certificates and patras. All these are investments. Then, Sandeep. Nominal will include which 2 things? Expenses and losses and incomes and gains. Now, Ishika. Last bench, what is your name? Sorry, Kushi. examples?
Rent paid, salary paid, commission paid, fees paid.
What example I gave? What is that called as? The
Package.
bad debts account. So now, and blue t-shirt last second match. What is it? Growth. Example of loss. One more example of loss. Growth. Loss by fire account. Not only fire account, loss by fire account. What else? Loss by theft account. Loss on sale of assets. So, then, Janvi. Incomes and gains examples.
Bad debts return account.
Bad debts return account. Sit down. Condition. Dividend account. One example only. Sit down. Panel. Yes. Incomes and gains. Arushi.
Dividend account, commission received, account,
Silence.
interest on investment account.
Yes, dividend account, commission received, interest on investments, rent received, anywhere you have the word received, and bad debts, return profit on sale of assets. So all are clear with these types of accounts. Any confusion in that? No. Now, in your notebook, write it horizontally. Vertically it will not come. So write it horizontally.